When did we see it last? It was just yesterday, right, honey?
The last time I saw it, we were in a bar.
Well, I was at school during gym. Julia made me notice it.
At my grandma's house. She always parks it there on the windowsill, almost as if wanting everyone to see it.
And yeah, I felt a little bit bad about it, but it was only because I had never seen it there before. And I didn't really mean for it to disappear, at least not like that anyway.
Leo always plays with it. I can't understand this vanishing act.
I can't believe I'll never see it again.
When I tell her we won't be seeing it anymore, help.
Actually, now that I think about it, it did feel like ours was a sort of farewell. Well, don't ask me why, but that's just how I felt. These things tend to happen to me, you know.
And when was the last time you saw it? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Trefor Hughes. I'm part of the PCMC team for the global company of PCMC. I've been at the company for 29 of the nearly 100 years we've been in existence. So do you know why? What we're talking about today? We're talking about this. You can keep this because we don't need these anymore. What we've actually got is we've actually got a new product for the market. Today we're talking about technology, but we're also talking about products. How many things in life do you actually manufacture and make and have, spend the time to produce this, and then as soon as you've got it, you throw it away? What we've actually looked at is a different solution for today's market. What we've come up with is the tissue product of the future, the new toilet roll. It's a real tissue solution. So what you look at there is a perfectly formed toilet roll, perfectly made in the same way on our Forte technology. The transfer system with the perfect transfer. But what you actually see is a product with a perfect hole but no core. Why do you need a core? When you actually look at the products in the market, you spend lots of money on the core board. You transfer it through your factory, you put it on the line, you have a machine, but what we're offering you is the opportunity for a converting process where you make a product and you create something that is different. But don't just take our word for it. The word of the customers. We put a video on YouTube, on the social network, not on the tissue industry. 77,000 hits on that one video. We'll show you that video shortly. But what they were saying is we've actually got something which is innovation, something that's futuristic, something that's ecological. Simple things. It works the same way as a normal toilet roll. You use it, but at the end, you throw this away because you don't need them. What we're actually doing is we're creating a sustainable future, something for our children and everyone else. When we actually look at this as well, different things, you put it on the holder, it fits the standard holders. You actually pull the product and it's silent. You don't get the noise of the core rattling. Little things like this that you take for granted now that we don't actually need. But we do this with care. What we had during the last open house we did, the Carevolution. What does that mean? Care. And it's care of our technology, technology that works, technology that gives you the products of today. The people, that's you, and our actual customers and everyone else. So when we look in the room, all of that needs to be connected to create the correct products for today's market. Did we really invent a new product? We evolved it. We've been working on this for some time. We evolved it, and February next year, you can come to our factory, run our Forte line with your paper, your product specifications, and give it a go. Because we will be showing the Forte technology in PCMC next year for the no-core technology. But what I would say is when you look at the screen now, something becomes very obvious. When you look at the two products, both made, and I state this now, we can make it with a core or without a core. The same machine with a core or without a core. But when you look, the product on the right, exactly the same embossing, the wine profile, but it looks cleaner, it looks fresher, it looks modern. You don't have the core board in there. What you have is something different. Something not just a machine, but a product. The goals, when we set out to do this, we looked at the end of the day, we have to still perform and produce a perfectly round hole. We do that. You'll see that in a moment. We also said we have to have a fast changeover time so that the Forte technology can use with a core board or a recirculating mandrel system. 20 minutes, that's all it takes to go from core to no core. So you can plan for your future technology, whether it's today's market or the future and the evolution. What I'd like to do now is say the key dates that we actually had for the project. 2013, we started thinking a little bit more about how we could change it. I was going to show you a roll today, but I thought, no, you come down to our stand and you can actually see it or see it yourself. But we looked in 2013 at this solution. In 2015, we ran our Forte rewinder at 750 meters per minute, 3 plies during its tissue. We ran it perfectly for 10 demonstrations, but we teased you, the market. We showed in our packaging perfectly formed products, the same diameter, the same density, but with a perfectly formed hole, but no core. This got people talking. This got our customers to talk to us. And we started at this point to work with a rather big organisation. If they're in the room today, thank you. What we did is we then went quiet. For me, that's difficult because I'm quite noisy, but we stayed quiet on the market. What we looked at was we worked behind our doors. We manufactured the machines. We ran the products, but we kept it secret. 2018 came for its tissues, and at the same time, coincidentally, or not, our partner on this, which you'll see in a moment, launched the product on the market. The product was available for people to buy. We also did it during its tissue. We ran 600 meters per minute, perfect production of no core rolls. Because again, as I say, when you look at this is something, one of the few things in life that you spend all your effort to make and you just throw away. There you go, Linda. So, the product. This product now, we've been doing our research on this, and if any of you now have got a phone, you can order this on Amazon. What we've noticed, this is being sold in multiple countries. So, launched in Germany, launched in France. I'm sure you recognise the names. It's a serious organisation with a product. But you'll notice, those of you with good eyesight, 4 to 8. What we're encouraging the planet to do is a new type of product. At the moment, many people will sell shorter and shorter toilet rolls. But is that good for the environment? Is that good for life? Is that good for business? As tissue converters, you want to sell tons of paper. When you actually make a product, if you can ship product that lasts just as long for your end user, but they only need to buy 4 instead of 16, for example, think of the savings for you. You've actually got less plastic wrapping. Packaging is less space in your factory. You've got more space to store finished goods. Then you go to shipping. You put more tons of paper onto a wagon. You're not shipping a core. You consider a core can weigh 4 grams, 5 grams, 3 grams. Take all of those out. You don't need to ship them. Put them into your containers, supermarket shelves, and so on. The CO2 footprint can be less with this product. So see the difference of our product? Look at the video. 2 perfectly formed products. The product on the right and the product on the left. Both made on the Forte, the same machine. But on the right, it's simple. We don't have this. We don't need a core anymore. So the technology, I'm sure during the week and today people will talk to you about technology. Again, we do the unwind stands, the automatic splice and unwind stands, the fly-in splice. We do embossers, all different sizes, fully robotic embossers, toolless embossers, auto chain systems, different types of rewinders. We do it all. But today we're talking about something that can change the future of the market, which is no-core technology. So looking at the line now you get to see it for the first time. So my competitors, put away your phones and don't record this, please. But what we're showing here is the invisible O. That's all it is, one piece of equipment. We've got various patents, but what we do is you operate your tissue converting machine exactly the same way, except you don't need a core machine. What we do is have a recirculating core system, and these mandrels, for example, you could put 1,000, put 60 in the machine, and that can last you for, say, 3 months, for example. Depends on your production. But think of all that core board. We wind in the same way, where we've got the movable lower roll, compound action rider roll, all the normal processes which give us the perfect transfer. It's sealed the same way, so the tail sealing is exactly the same. For those of you who want to see the next process, you've got to come to our stand number 40 or to PCMC next February to see it run, because we can do trials for your products. But look at the logs. Every single log on that machine is perfectly formed, perfectly round, with the same tissue that you use today, but no core board. So a colleague of mine said, think of a cruise liner, 4,000 people, throw away the core boards, maybe it's lighter, we don't know, but you've got a choice. The invisible O system is just that one unit there. It's simple. So the advantages for the end consumer is they only buy the product they need. They don't pay for an unnecessarily thing called the core board, they pay for the paper. There's no waste. Because most people take the core board, they don't recycle it, they just put it in the bin and they leave it around. What you'll find is if you start to run this, I went to the factory yesterday to pick up these. Unfortunately, all our toilets in our factory are no core, so we don't have any of these. I had to go somewhere else to find them. It's a different approach to life. But for those of you with a paper mill, something's different. When you do the trim on this, think of it, there's no core board. You can repulp that paper. You can put it in. If you make a bad log, you take out the mandrel, you repulp the paper. So there's got to be an efficiency saving for you. You don't have to push the core board around the factory. You don't have to store it. Everything is simpler. And as I say, CO2 footprint, it's got to be less because transportations. Change your product so the supermarket shelf space is less. Double length rolls, you can actually work on this. But as I say, you can talk to us about different applications. Packaging. During its tissues, I don't know if you know, 30 of the 100 years of PCMC's existence, we've had packaging equipment, but we thought we'd do something different. During its tissue, we decided to launch packaging in Europe. Our XF800 and our secondary wrapper wrapped all the products, handled with care. Always with care. So, for all the products on the market, if you actually think about it, you can use less packaging. That's a concept. Products. When you come to us, you'll see toilet rolls on our stand. Always toilet rolls. What you don't know is some of these other products we've been making as well, but we've kept that silent. So keep watching the marketplace. But you can do kitchen towel, mini jumbos, centre feed, everything's like that. Compact rolls. Some people will make a roll and squeeze it. If you do it with our no core roll and squeeze it back again, perfectly round hole. So what we're saying is the future for you is different. I've been doing these presentations for PCMC for about 15 years, always about technology. But when you look at this one, this is something that in 10 years' time, you might say, actually, this doesn't exist anymore. And this is all possible because of the Forte Rewinder. The Forte allows you to run with a core or without a core, but it's giving you the choice of different products. The products are on the markets today, so again, you can come to us next February and start putting your paper, your specifications on our machinery, or you can go on the internet or to France or Germany or the other countries and start buying the finished products. But what we want you to do is consider us as a partner going forward, because our business is based on people, and everyone who's got a sustainable future, we all do green things, this is not necessary. So, let's play on words here. Visit us on our booth number Forte or Forte, because this is only possible with the Forte Rewinder. And for once, I finished a minute early, so thank you. My name's Trefor Hughes. Visit us at PCMC.